as you can see by the title, I am still posting up old-ass content. Now, let me give you an idea of how old this game is. We have some Team Deathmatch on C-Town with an AA-12, and this is all pre-patch shotgun shit. All of this. This is all before they buffed up all the shotgun shit. I don't know if they buffed up the AA-12. I didn't pay attention to that shit. So this game comes from early January. So we're talking 5 months old now. It's like dusting off an old relic at a museum. Anyway, here's the thing. When I played this game, and it came out with a decent score at the end, nothing spectacular, it's alright. I know I was going to do a funny video about shotguns. Actually, I had this whole unique concept, which I'm not going to spoil because I might recycle it and use that shit in the future. But I was saving this game for a rainy day because I was going to do my idea soon. You know, at the time I was about to do Mission Impossible, so I was like, you know, this is going to be right on the back burner. I'm going to have this fucking idea just sitting there waiting for me. Then a funny thing happened. I got bored of the fucking game. By the time I got to the point I wanted to do the video for this, that new shotgun patch was announced or it came out or whatever the hell, so they buffed all the fucking shotguns, and it fucked my whole idea up. Throw in the waning interest that I had in the game and all the other games coming out that I want to work on and shit like that. I just figured, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to throw this concept on the back burner. It wasn't worth my goddamn time. So I dropped the idea. And now, this game is turning into like a normal fucking commentary 5 months later after I played up in this bitch. Now, there's no point in me giving any tips with the AA-12 because I don't know how the shit works since the patch. I don't know if they buffed it. I don't know if they debuffed it. I don't know what the fuck they did. They needed to do something with this motherfucker. So there's no point in me ranting about the patch because I barely touched this fucking game since January. And there's certainly no point in me returning this game because like I mentioned in the Fuck Call of Duty Syndrome video, I need this long-ass break from Call of Duty. I need it like every fucking year. So next year I'm taking off the whole fucking year. But I needed it now because Modern Warfare 3 just got on my last goddamn nerves. I mean, the fact is, I've been playing the shit at a Mass Effect 3 co-op the past 3 months. Non-stop. I mean, it's the only game that I've played since it's been released. I mean, shit, I haven't even done the campaign in that motherfucker yet. That gives you an idea of how far I've been playing the goddamn co-op up in this bitch. I think I'm like 2% into the campaign, if that. I mean, that's how addicting their multiplayer suite is. And don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. It has a lot of server issues. It has a lot of connection issues. But you know what? It's not as fucked up as Call of Duty. So the fact is, I'm probably not going to be returning to Call of Duty for quite some time. Which brings me to my topic today. I am almost out of content for Modern Warfare 3. I'm not lying. I have maybe 4 or 5 videos, decent videos left that I really wanted to do. I mean, I have some other decent scores, but a lot of that shit is camping like a motherfucker. So, I don't know when exactly it's going to happen, but eventually I'm going to be running out of Modern Warfare 3 content. Now, we do want to have a small return to a very popular series. I'm sure people know which one that is, but that is going to be coming in the future. So this means a few things. First of all, the old content you're going to start seeing is going to be very old. I mean, a shitload old. To give you an idea, I hit Prestige 10, I think in the middle of January or so. So just about 5 months ago. This video is Prestige 9, so that gives you a good indicator of how long this video has actually been. I have a feeling this was middle of, probably exactly 5 months ago. I'm probably going to think maybe the week before the 17th or whatever. Whatever. It's been a while ago. So once February hit, I stopped playing the game altogether. The only time I played the game was the day SSX came out, the snowboarding game, because that was when the first wave of DLC came out. Remember all that stupid shit that the PlayStation 3 paid for, but we got it like 2 months after the fucking Xbox. So I played 6 infuriating, laggy fucking rounds on those 2 first maps. What were they called? Piazza and Liberation or whatever the fuck. Never went back. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to play SSX. I was having my frustrations with that goddamn game. So that was the last time I actually played that shit. So I've downloaded all the new maps, but I haven't played on them, so I really don't know what the fuck they have, and I really don't plan on going back to those motherfuckers. So, don't expect to see any new maps, any new gameplay, because I just don't have it. You might also see some shit in my videos that's been patched for like months. I know somebody saw in the last video, they were like, wait a second, didn't that trophy system glitch get patched? I'm like, yeah, it got patched, but I'm talking, this is like a 4 or 5 month old video. So here's what to expect. Right now, the only game that I've been playing has been Mass Effect 3. Like I said, the addiction factor of that shit is beyond off the charts. I mean, it has its frustrations and shit, especially when you get disconnected right at the end of a fucking 20-minute game, but it rivals any co-op game that's ever been out there. And you know what? One of the great things that I love about that game, BioWare has these weekends that actually work. I mean, you remember when Elite, they had all that shit, you know, with the clan ops and shit like that. It took like first 4 or 5 months for the shit to first start working. Then people exploited like the first weekend because they're assholes. Well, BioWare has these co-op event weekends and shit, and they've worked since day one. Obviously, they didn't work on the PlayStation 3, but eventually they got their shit together. And so that's been keeping me busy like every other weekend. So I'm like, yes, I have to get free shit, because, you know, once you complete the weekend, they give you like free shit or whatever the fuck. So I'm like, man, I want free shit. I ain't gonna lie, I want free shit. And on top of free shit, they've given us 2 free DLC drops for extra content and shit like that. So seriously, compare free DLC to fucking Mass Effect 3 compared to all the shit that we prepaid on Call of Duty that I still have to wait, what, 9 fucking months for? Fuck that bullshit, man. So there's no way in hell I'm gonna go back to Modern Warfare 3. As much as I've said it, as much as I said, oh, I'm gonna go back, I'm probably not gonna go back anytime soon. Because, I mean, look at the way the summer's going right now. First of all, it's summertime. I don't play that many video games in the summertime. I enjoy going out. I enjoy going to events. I enjoy the weather. Fuck that bullshit. In the wintertime, when I have to stay in because it's cold as shit, yeah, I play video games. But in the summertime, it's fucking nice out. Plus, I still have all these fucking games. I have Assassin's Creed, the last Assassin's Creed, still wrapped in plastic. I bought it the first day, yet to open the motherfucker. Yet to open the motherfucker. Uncharted 3, I played for 1 week. You know why? Because the week after Modern Warfare 3 came out, and I completely dropped Uncharted 3. Haven't played it since Modern Warfare 3 came out. So that's another game I have to go back to. Plus, I have like Final Fantasy, what is that shit? Final Fantasy 13-2, whatever the fuck they want to call that shit. They have all this extra crap at the end of the game that you have to finish or whatever the fuck. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to do that shit now. So eventually I'm going to go back to that. SSX, I haven't even ranked up my characters. I haven't done shit. I also got that game, Heavy Rain. I got it for free. And I have that shit wrapped in plastic. Haven't touched the motherfuckers. I have all these goddamn games coming that I still have to play. Yet there's all these games going to be coming out in February. You know, everyone saw all the releases of what's coming out in February. So I got to get all these fucking games in. You know what that means? That means very little Modern Warfare 3. I'll tell you right now, man, I am not looking forward to returning to this shit, but eventually I know I do have to return to it. It's not that I do have to return to it, it's that when I skip Black Ops 2, there is no other Call of Duty game out there. Obviously, I could go back to Modern Warfare 2, but that's just a clusterfuck of a nightmare. I could go back to Call of Duty 4 and play against people that really don't know what the fuck they're doing, but I had the prestige in that game to get a goddamn prestige token, so I started all the way back from the beginning. I don't feel like playing that shit. So, Modern Warfare 3 is most likely the game that I'm going to be going back to when I get my Call of Duty fixed. Do I want to go back to it? Not really. But I do need Call of Duty content eventually. So eventually, I'm going to make my way back to that motherfucker. But as of right now, do not expect too much Modern Warfare 3 content. I'll have a video here and there and shit like that. And then obviously the hipfire commentary videos, we're going to be throwing those shits out non-stop. I mean, I'm going to be doing hipfire commentary after hipfire commentary. I know a lot of people get to the point where they're like, man, I've seen enough Modern Warfare 3. And a lot of people that are sending in videos, they're saying, you know what? You haven't done this video, so I'm going to send you fucking Gumby or whatever the fuck people are sending me and shit like that. I already did a couple of them. You know, obviously I just did Hipfire Commentary number 100 and shit like that. So obviously now from like 101 to whatever the fuck number I have up to, you guys are going to see these people have sent me some weird shit. I mean, weird shit. I've already been doing the commentaries. I'm like, oh man, I got to do a fucking commentary on this. So the Hipfire Commentary is definitely going to be coming out because people like sending me weird shit again. So you remember the days when people just send me the craziest fucking shit possible? Well, it's fucking happening again. Look at me spray the shit out this motherfucker. Man, somebody took me to kill that son of a bitch. Jesus Christ, man. That's funny because the AA-12, obviously, that's like a spammer's wet dream and shit like that. I remember everybody used to have that shit in Modern Warfare 2 as their secondary weapon. You know, I had that shit as my secondary weapon. You basically could run around with that shit as a primary. So when they finally changed that shit to a primary weapon, it fucking worked up in this bitch. So never seen me actually get a kill. I was like, man, some of these times you shoot people with this shit, you're like, man, I hope to God I get a fucking kill up in this bitch. And I see everybody around me, here, my goddamn Predator missile only gets me one. And don't you hate that shit? You know when you're about to fucking shoot like 2 or 3 people with your Predator missile and your fucking teammate cock blocks you and takes your goddamn kill? Man, that shit irritates the fuck out of me. So right here, I'm gonna take out this little sentry turret and shit like that. But anyway, getting back to all my shit. You know, obviously, I don't really know when I'm going to return to this. As much as I want to play Call of Duty, I grew up playing Call of Duty. I love playing Call of Duty. The fact is, the games are just so boring and broken now. You just have to deal with so much crap in these fucking games. And then I was trying to get another goddamn look at this, man. Just fucking people just keep following around, trolling me and shit like that. But anyway, as much as you just want to keep playing it, it just comes to the point where you're like, you know what? Fuck that shit. So that's why I had to do my whole, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious, man? So that's how this game fucking terrible way to end this fucking game. So anyway, there you see my score, 26-5. Like I said, just an average game. That's usually what I do when it comes to this shit. So there you see this guy, Cheesy Poop, whatever the fuck his name is, dropping bombs on people. So anyway, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. Like I said, not too much Modern Warfare 3 content coming up, but of course, I will have some entertaining shit for you guys.